Hi everybody and welcome to the 5 Bytes podcast. I'm your host, Rory Monahan. In the news this week, at the annual WWDC event, Apple CEO Tim Cook announced several new features for the forthcoming Mojave version of macOS. He stated these features are inspired by pro users, but designed for everyone. These features include a new dark theme for the OS, which looks pretty damn slick, a Mac App Store redesign, which from the demo looks pretty easy to navigate, has a few new menus to enhance browsing, and shows the menu options aligned differently than they are today, with also tidier featured ads. There's also a new stack feature which provides the ability to clean up clutter on the desktop by automatically grouping specific files into their own folders. I'm not sure how to feel about this one. I will likely opt to continue to self-organize. macOS Mojave will be getting access control prompts similar to iOS or indeed on Android, with apps prompting for access to location, photos, contacts, microphone, etc. It's funny how in years prior these types of pop-ups were seen as a nuisance, but with the ever-changing landscape they are now seen as a benefit. Safari will be getting enhanced privacy feature, blocking social networks from tracking you on your device. One of the biggest features for me is the Finder update for a gallery view, which shows the file preview much larger than it is today. I really hope this will also provide the ability to easily delete whilst in this view. I really hate going through multiple images trying to find duplicates to delete, or ones that are very similar to delete. It's a sucky experience. One of the pro influences that can be seen is the markup feature, which allows you to mark up docs for making changes in Quick Look. Also, taking a screenshot will automatically prompt to ask you if you'd like to mark up. This should be really good for collaboration. You will be able to have a live desktop with a wallpaper which changes dynamically. It was demoed with a light background for day and then a dark background for night. It's a small touch, but it's nice. The developer preview is already available and full launch is expected around September or October. As always, proceed with caution. Apple are pretty good with seamless upgrades when it comes to persisting your user data and app settings. But as I'm sure Mac users are aware, the AppCapad issues upon updating have been becoming more pronounced when it comes to third-party apps. So test. In other news, previously I talked about XenApp XenDesktop 7.18, and a feature I've already discussed but is now official is the delivery controllers and director are now supported on Server 2016 and 2012 R2 Core editions as of the release of 7.18 on June 4th. With 7.18, you can now use Machine Creation Services or MCS to create Linux VMs, prepare a master image on XenServer or in Azure. There's now support for using PVS for Citrix Cloud through a cloud connector, which adds managed VDAs to Citrix Workspace Cloud Application and Desktop Service, ensuring you can get the same PVS functionality you know and love today in your hybrid cloud scenarios. AppV also got some love in this new release, with support for AppV user configuration files in a single admin method, which will allow you to deploy one app to many, but at the same time being able to tailor a custom config for different sets of users. And finally, in Director, you'll be able to drill down into the interactive session data. It's no longer just a black hole in your login duration metrics. You will be able to see subphases including pre-user init, user init, and shell. You can now also automate app testing using the new Probe Agent and Director together. I don't know much about that ability yet, but I look forward to trying it out. As reported by Dane Young and previously on a different episode of this podcast, Microsoft RDS is bringing the ability to pass through the client battery indicator into a virtual session. Well, 7.18 also supports this. If you have users in XenDesktop or shared desktops, this could be a really big help. They'll be able to see when their battery is about to run out, even when in their virtual session. A feature which seems to have got some excitement from those in the community is the preliminary site tests, which will create a report before attempting the upgrade to 7.18 to let you know if everything which needs to be running and set are to ensure the highest rate of success possible. For more info on this release, check out the links provided at 5bytespodcast.com or in the YouTube description. The Windows 10 April 2018 update has not only disabled SMB version 1, it blocks it, seemingly through Windows Defender. People have been reporting a workaround of disabling Defender and going with a different third-party antivirus. For the love of God, just get rid of SMB v1 in your environment. How many WannaCrys will it take to smarten people up? Shout out to all attending the great E2EVC in Amsterdam this weekend. I've stated before it's my favorite tech conference. Alex and co keep things very casual at the events. They had an amazing announcement today for future events. Sponsor Avanite announced they would cover 50% of the admission fee for women in future. ControlUp then stepped up and offered to cover the additional 50%, so ladies can now attend E2EVC for free. I really hope this catches on. It would be awesome to diversify tech conferences, and for the women listening, it's a really great event to go to. You'd be very welcome at it. There's never been booth babes or any of that insulting shit. It's just a room full of enthusiasts, talking tech, sharing ideas, and nobody's shouting over anybody. It's a very relaxed type of environment that E2EVC has created. And now for this episode's hot job. I just got back from a trip to my hometown, so I figured why not highlight some jobs there. Genesis are looking for talented people in various different development roles for their base in Galway, Ireland, including UX engineers, software engineers, front-end engineers, and infrastructure engineers, just to name a few. Galway is and has been building as a bit of a tech hub in the west of Ireland. If anybody has ever been curious about moving and living in the country, you can't get any better than Galway. I believe it was Lonely Planet who said that Ireland is the most Irish city in Ireland. So if you want to experience Ireland by moving there, it's the place to be. And now for this episode's scripts, tricks, and tips. Not only was free admission for female attendees for future E2EVCs announced, but also at E2EVC, one of the sponsors, Uber Agent, announced a free community edition of the product, or rather free community licenses. Because it's not an edition, you get everything the product offers for free. So starting immediately, they're offering free community licenses for up to 100 users and an unlimited feature set. You get everything. If you're not familiar with Uber Agent and what it is, it's a product which integrates with Splunk. It's the Splunk agent for Windows and can monitor or tell you everything you need to know about your physical PCs, virtual desktops, XenApp XenDesktop, VMware Horizon, without affecting your system user density or adding any overhead. It's not collecting data, it's just giving you the info that matters. Uber Agent also have some really great public information out there, metrics for different applications, for different environments. That's all freely available on their website. And if you want to learn more, go to 5bytespodcast.com, go to the YouTube description for the link. I'll have it to sign up for the free licenses. And that site also has a lot of great information on Uber Agent and what you can use it for. As always, thanks very much for listening.